There's a glisten on the bench this morning. We're hovering near freezing. Everybody's in the back today. No calling, no fussing. They were in the cat hotel staying warm, so that's good. Yeah, Don's got Ruby out. Ben to get his paper. Good morning, Dusty. How are ya? You ready? Ready to see me? It's nice and warm in here. Hi. Good morning. Big stretch. Well, I still got my bridge lights, but it seems funny I not got my tree no more. Good morning, Panther. You're a good boy. Enjoy that chicken. Well, Tux and at least Morse are being smart. They're back on their nice warm bed. Being careful here on the end of the boardwalk since I see ice crystals and I've changed shoes into the slippery ones. Good morning, Ruby. It's looking like it's going to be a really pretty sunrise this morning. Of course, I've been fooled before, but right this minute it's got potential, and we're on time for 7:25. Let's hope that stays. Now that's what I'm talking about. It helps with being out here so early when the sun rises so pretty. It really does. Yeah, so we're hovering right at freezing. No bitter cold or anything, but we, noticed it was chillier this morning. The sunrise did not disappoint. It's been pretty much the whole way in this morning. It's even bleeding a little bit back to the north and west, which is really mostly what we can see right now. And east is to my right. But it's been a treat today. Some really vivid colors. If we'd have been 10 minutes earlier, I'd have had to stop and take a picture through some bare leaf trees, bare branches, trees without leaves. I went through a year, I'm gonna say it was around 2010, where I stopped for every sunrise and sunset and took thousands of pictures of the sunrise and the sunset and got some really good ones. If it wasn't Tuesday and I didn't have to get home quickly so I'm not late to the chiropractor, I think I would try to scoot on up to the top of my favorite parking deck this morning and see if I could catch the last few minutes of it, but you really don't have time for it. Boo. I'm stopped here at St. Monica's. I called the butcher over at Whole Foods Cary and asked them to please set aside some chuck eye steaks for me. All they have today, and some pork chops, bone-in pork chops with a little more fat than not. So anyway, we'll see what they come up with. Al's always telling me to call early in the morning and tell them to set aside stuff for me. Since I know I'm calling today, I'm telling them. Don's messaging me. He's understandably a little upset. Apparently there's an article in the newspaper today that the American Society of Pediatrics, or the American Pediatrics Association, let me get it right, is recommending now surgery and drugs for obese 12-year-olds, and if that's not helping, surgery for 13-year-olds. No mention of trying low carb or diet modification, or any. We're sort of flabbergasted, I guess. Yeah, there were people on Dr. Berry's live last night, because you know we follow 3 or 4 doctors, MDs in the low carb, ketovore, carnivore community, and Dr. Berry is certainly one we follow. He gets on every Monday night and answers questions, and people tip him, and it's gotten pretty insane how much money people are giving him to answer a question. But he said, you know, there were quite a few people last night saying, please start making videos to target young people, to target teenagers. I assume they meant, well, obviously 13, all teenagers, but I was thinking, you know, certainly 16 and above, but maybe down to 13. He just said it's hard to get the kids, you know, the videos don't do good when he targets teens, and then YouTube has all of these. He's not targeting people under 13, but if it's made for kids, you've got to do special stuff. It really makes it hard to get the message out there, was what he was saying. He realizes the need, and then he said they don't want to look at him. They want a young influencer. So I think he needs then to find a young influencer to try to help. But yeah, let's not do drugs and surgery for 12 and 13-year-olds. Let's try other interventions. I don't think I can support that. I'm not sure what the right age is for gastric bypass or something. And it also, Don said obese, but he didn't qualify what percentage or how obese. I assume it was for particularly up there, not just a little overweight, obviously. So anyway, but that's disturbing. I'm beginning to be as worried about the American Pediatrics Association as I am about the ADA, or the American Diabetics Association, who post meals all the time that as great menu choices that are not things diabetics should eat. So not things any American should eat, and particularly not diabetics. I'm headed to the house before I make myself late for the chiropractor. I told Don to be ready to go as soon as I got there, so I'm not running late like I always am. Yeah, Don said the article didn't give a percentage BMI or overweight or whatever when drugs and surgery were going to be recommended, but he assumes morbidly obese with a super high BMI, that it was just, you know, a smallish percentage of the overweight kids that are really in trouble. Still, I mean, I think if it were my kid at 12, I would rather do a 1-month boot camp somewhere where they were going to help them learn some eating skills, exercise skills, mental coping skills, all the things that can get you into trouble with eating, and, you know, do a double check on all of the medical stuff to make sure there's not an underlying problem before I would sign my kid up for drugs and surgery. You know, and if the parents need to be included in the program in some way, so that when they go home they still have access to better cooking, better foods, or whatever. I think that would be a lifelong help versus a short-term fix. You see that? That's frost. It's 31 out here. I think the frost formed and it actually got a degree or 2 colder while I took Johnny to school. So ask me how happy I am about walking right now, and we're fixing to get in the shade. There's not much sun out in the open, and we're fixing to get in the shade too. So Tesla stuff. I still want to get together with our friend David and see if we can transfer our profiles to his Y, and he can transfer his driver profiles to our Y, just to play with it, see it, film it. I think that would be a good video. I'm sure some others have done it now, but I haven't seen it. So, but in addition to that, on the virtual meetup last Thursday, Zeb who is the president of the local Triangle Tesla Owners Club. I refer to him a lot, and he's been in a bunch of videos if you don't know who Zeb is. He went to Tesla to get some work done on his 3. This is his second 3, so this is a newish car. Not as new as his S, though. Not as new as his long-range S. And he got a loaner. Well, I don't want to discuss the whole how did he get a loaner. Some people get loaners. It's really very hit or miss and depends on when you get there. They certainly don't play favorites. But at any point, by the time you know, when you pull into Tesla now, before you even exit the car, service mode is up on your screen. They've checked you in. They know you're there. They have some GPS thing being triggered to the service center people. It's all good. I like it. But when Zeb got inside and they assigned, the service advisors apparently were going back and forth on who was going to get the loaner, and Zeb got it. And they did transfer his driving profiles to that car as part of handing him the loaner. Now, it showed up in his, so you'll now have mobile app access to the loaner, which, as any of you have ever had a loaner and not had app access, which I have certainly, that's a good thing. And on top of having app access, you'll have your driver profiles. I want to say Zeb got a Y, so I don't know how they meshed a 3 and an S driver profile seat settings for Zeb and 2 cars at his house that would have settings. I don't know how they meshed that with what they gave him in the Y. But anyway, I thought you would want to know. The long and the short of it is, when you get a loaner now, and hopefully when you get a Hertz rental car coming really soon, if you have the Tesla app installed and driver profiles on the cloud from another Tesla, they'll get transferred to the loaner at Tesla and or the rental at Hertz, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, I want to know, like, at our house we can't test it because Ruby doesn't have the driver profile storage feature. I don't know why. I guess just not wanting to update old cars. Maybe there's I'm not as up on this one as to whether or not there would be a technical reason, but what I want to test is there's a Marianne in Ruby and there's a Marianne in Jules. And if I get in a Model 3 someplace else, what do I get? You know, what does it do with the seats? What does it do? And if I make a change while I'm in my non-typical vehicle, hopefully it doesn't save it back to the cloud and that's like a temporary change. There's just so many things to understand yet about how they implemented this feature. So I think we should have a meetup, and I think we should net all of this out, is what I think. If it's possible, it's even less sunny now. Look, I get it that all summer we complain about how hot and humid it is, and all winter we complain about how cold and damp it is. And the bottom line is we just don't have enough great, or we want more beautiful spring and fall days. But we got warmed up pretty quick today, at least I did. My hands and body were pretty cold for the first 15 or 20 minutes, and it takes some, you know, fortitude to get out when those first 20 minutes are not going to feel good. But once we got to walking our normal pace, which is really not, never seem slow to me. It seems like we're really applying ourselves. Then I warmed up and I've been fine. So
those little 80-year-old grannies go scooting by us.
We have had a couple of senior citizens older than Dawn scoot by us. This is true. I'm just like, wow, I need to be moving that quick. Yeah, probably not going to happen. I crossed today in front of a very slow moving pickup truck and tried to hustle across the street, which basically meant tried to jog, and that did not go so well with my knee. So it's a good thing I wasn't fearing for my life and didn't have to go into overdrive, because my gait, my run, it was not, it's, you know, and like I said, I don't know what I did to make this knee, my left knee, flare up, be worse or whatever. I'll have to think about what I wanted to treat today at the chiropractor with the PEMF. I'm thinking I'm going to switch back to my back today, and my knee just is what it is, and it's not currently horrible, so I don't know. Chiropractor, here I come, and it looks like I have a blessed 5 minutes to spare today. I'm done with my PEMF treatment. We did do my back and not my knee. Hopefully I won't regret that. And I'm headed over to Guardian Angel Apex now. It's been a few weeks. The parking lot over here seems extra crowded today. I'm supposing most of them are rentals. I don't think we've seen this Maryland plated red Y before. It still has the little stickers on the tires, so those tires haven't seen a lot of miles. Have not spotted another Hertz Tesla yet, and that red Y does have the box up by the rear view mirror, so definitely a Hertz. There's a lot of SUVs here today. There's a Bolt. There's another Bolt. It's a North Carolina plate, so I don't know if that's a Hertz or not. Yeah, most of these are rentals. Here's the blue Y we see frequently. I think this is personally owned, but not 100% sure. Alright, if I missed anything that you saw that I didn't see, let me know in the comments. Hey, I can buy my husband today for $7. It's a Giants? Yeah, Giants announcer.
Oh, gosh, not funny.
Corel, but I have this pattern. And R2D2 is missing his head. There are a few Valentine's Day things out, but not a ton. And I found some Legos. So this blue Y has the license plate NIL, N-I-L, CO2. So no CO2. Pretty cool. I'm on my way to Whole Foods now. White S backing in. White Y ahead. Ruby up at the top of the hill. I'm looking. That's all I see. See, these are the Legos I got. Nice, new, clean, girlfriend, colors I use stuff. This bag too. This looks like it's part of the like amusement park stuff. I recognize this. That's the thing the ride slides down. I was planning on just breaking these up, but you never know. As in using them for other stuff. They had my chuck eye steaks and pork chops waiting on me, all packed up and ready to go. I think I can say I got everything I needed. They did not have, see, a whole meat. They did not have the coffee I like in the economical larger container. So I had to buy 2 small ones, and that cost me $1 or $2, but it is what it is. And there's Don's bacon. There's the coffee. And some of the sodas Johnny likes with stevia flavored, no carb sodas. Hey, Donnie.
Hey, pretty girl.
So you fixed my sink.
That's right. I sure did. We'll have to do a little video on that. It was very educational.
Way cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're always happy to greet me when you know I've got good
That's
food
right.
stuff in the back.
I figured you got something back there.
Yep,
Right.
all the food's at the back.
Okay, thank you.
It's time to pack up the snow babies. I'm pretty tired, but I want to start on my next Lego project, and I don't think I can do that until I get Christmas packed up. So, yeah. Cabinet is swapped out. Real happy with how that turned out. I had more stuff for the shelves than I thought even. I want to put the pet shop here for now, but there's a little thing Dawn's got to glue back onto it. Need to swap the tablecloth here. That's good enough. And that I'm happy with. Dawn's going to help me get those down tomorrow. And I need to pack up my elves and put the Valentine's elves in. So I'd say I'm 75% done. I'm done enough. I'm happy. I have no idea why the lights are on. My key fob's in the car. I got Johnny dropped off at Taekwondo. I need a bunch of stuff at Walmart. Dawn offered to take Johnny for me so I could finish up stuff at the house that I want to, you know, not quite done. But because I needed to go to Walmart, I said thanks, but I appreciate it, but no. Hopefully they have what I want. Hopefully I can remember all the things I wanted. It's not all normal stuff. It is on clearance, but not enough to tempt me. 90% on Christmas stuff, toys or whatever they're marked. Yeah, the Lego aisle is looking pretty decimated right now. Both sides.
So,
is this plumbing 101?
plumbing, yeah. This is just FYI in case you don't know. You need a key for some of these modern wands. If you look really close, you can see little slots.
Grooves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do see that.
Basically, the matching side of this. So you have to have this to put it down there. And then you just turn the key and you just keep turning it and it'll eventually unthread it from there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a bunch of turns. So I'm going to just spare you. This is the new one in there.
Okay.
And we can see it close up over here.
Of what it looks like when you take it out.
Yeah, see there.
Whoops, hang on. I hit that there. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
we're
you
good.
see the little, and then the key just, just simply, see how well it fits?
So what made it go bad? They just go bad after a while?
Well, they've got this little screen here. The dirty one was all full of junk, little particles and stuff. And since they gave me 6 of these
in the kit,
I just tossed it.
Tossed it versus cleaning it. You, Frugal Dawn, didn't clean it? Really? Right. You're kidding.
Yeah, well, but there's one more little piece of this puzzle. There's not one size fits all. These things all have different sizes. So you have to get a set of calipers and you have to measure.
You mean they don't make a kit where you can get multiple sizes all in one kit just because they might? Yeah.
Mine is 18.5 millimeters.
Okay.
For us Americans, that's 3/4 of an inch, but let's not worry about it. They sell them in millimeters, okay? But 18.5 millimeters. So you need to look, because there are different ones out there.
Okay.
And so you're warned now.
Yeah, the day it goes bad is not the day that you don't want to not have what you need to fix it.
Bad, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if we've had 3 things, right? We're all straight now.
Mixing valve. That's right.
Yep.
And then
the aerator.
The aerator. And, and something else.
He's fixing the shower head in the bathroom too.
That's you'll have a little surprise tonight.
Oh no! Did you put on a new thing? I didn't give you permission to do that.
Yeah, I did that today too.
Oh, you might be in trouble.
Yeah, well,
don't mess with my shower now.
I used it. I thought I liked it pretty well.
Okay.